Hello and welcome to the next episode of the series which talks about Lego Room and of course my life. Now this is a continuation of the announcement of the One Piece and the Bricklink Designer Programme Lego sets relating to the pirate side of stuff of our theme park and the Lord of the Rings stuff. Now the Lord of the Rings stuff will probably follow in the next upload like it did in the last one because we've got so much to do today. Now the delivery has arrived of base plates, which means we can now get all of this area looking neat and tidy, ready for basically future deliveries of One Piece. We've got some Bricklink bits and pieces that are on order, and there's some other Lego Ideas sets that might be announced by the end of this year. So we just want to make sure it's neat and tidy and ready. And then we're also going to pull out the sets that no longer need to be there. So the construction stuff can have a new home, and a few of the other little bits and pieces can as well. So with that being said, let's get to it. So we have quite a lot to do, and fingers crossed it will look nice. And the first thing we are going to do is move those Mario boxes out of the way because I have already made space for the expansion for the Lord of the Rings. So I've had a very, very busy day getting everything ready. So this table now underneath is completely clear, which means we can actually expand this in the next upload, get all the base plates down and get that looking all neat and tidy as well. The Mario boxes, obviously the Bowser is in the process of being built. The Mario Kart is just waiting for the review, so I can get on with that once I've done all of this, and then I can start to flat pack some of those boxes. But I've had to put all the building bits and pieces on hold because I don't know if I need the extra table to put the sets and things on. So I've just had to basically leave the Bowser armless and shellless, but the little shell here I have also built today. So I have had quite a productive day. So first thing we're going to do is move the Mario boxes out the way, and then we are going to start with the display left to right. The Ninjago stuff is in situ, which is great, so we don't have to worry about that. And because they're already on a base plate, oh, I need to drop that. They are already on a 32 by 32. I don't need to put a base plate down on there, so that's fine. So I don't need to take them off basically. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and not put any base plates underneath because, well, it'll just make it too thick because they're triple skinned anyway. Now, the one thing I have to do, and I need you guys and girls to remind me, the old fishing store, which is that thing just there, I think that now will work perfectly well with all the One Piece announcements that are coming out, especially the old fishing, the fishing restaurant. Now that means we can actually have that as a hire for our water area, because I did not ever think that you could go into a theme park and snorkel. If you go over to the Global Life Travels channel and look at the Universal Studio, no, was that Universal? No, it was on Sentosa Island. There was a water park there. You went round the lazy river, which looked amazing, and then you went through a huge tunnel where you had fish all around you. I just assumed that that was the display. Nope, as you went round and carried on going down all the water slides, there it was, there was a queue line ready to go snorkeling with all of the marina coral fish inside the theme park. Now I've done it, which means I can add it to this theme park, and the old fishing store is exactly where you get all your safety gear for, because that sells obviously the snorkels and it sells the life vests, which is exactly what is needed. So I want that to go in this corner, and I'm going to have an empty basically 32 by 32 base plate in front of it. I'm going to take all the legs off the minifigures and they're all going to be snorkeling away. So that is going to be our ride with the roller coaster over in our pirate section / watery bit. And there's a lot of other announcements to come with regards to what then that space is going to get used for. Well, because obviously we've got quite a bit of space over there, and eventually that and that is all going to be clear. So we've got lots and lots of different bits and pieces to do. Now, before I get too carried away, because you know what I'm like, and it is just one of those things, I haven't actually opened up the box. Now, it's a big box, it's heavy, and again, thanks to Jay's Toy Collection UK and his better half, Cheeky Monkey, for actually having Amazon Prime. It arrived next day, which is perfect for me because today is part of the weekend. But because I've not actually opened it up, I'm not too sure if they've sent me the right thing. Because last time I got something delivered on Amazon, I should have done the unboxing live on that. I got Snake Mountain. I got the He-Man Snake Mountain. It was at a good price, opened it all up, Like, it took ages to actually open the box. If you've been watching the channel, then you know where I'm going with this. Opened it up, went to open up the first bag, all the minifigures were missing. And the bags with the minifigures in were missing, so I couldn't build it. So we are back to the base plates. They're not official Lego base plates because I am not made of money, but we have got 48 base plates in here, and we have got 3 of each colour. So we've got green, grey, tan and blue. Now obviously I need the blues, so we're going to be opening these up as we go, and then just basically plonk down as many as we can. And I'm going to use the grey base plates probably over there to do some building work with, so again that'll happen in a slightly different display. And then yeah, we'll just basically continue as we go, because it's quite nice to be able to put all of these down, get it all neat and tidy, and then we should be good. So we're starting right at the far end, and that is the first base plate down. Now the reason why I'm doing this is I've got to be careful of the wall, because it is 2 base plates deep, but because the brickwork of the wall has like little things sticking out on it, it's never perfect. Obviously you don't want the white, you don't really want all the white coming through. Now this bit in the middle is ready for the other Ninjago set. And then, because I know it's quite important, I need to get all of these basically ready and right. Because if they start to step off when we get further down that way, it's not going to be the easiest thing, but we should be all right, hopefully. But there's going to be problems, there's going to be tears. So all of this is the Snow White cottage, which I've actually got the toothbrush out. I've cleaned the inside of it and got all the brick dust out. Like I said, I have had a super productive day, because today is the day that the Bricklink Series 8 video that I've done has gone live, and those sets look absolutely fantastic. Right, so we've got a sandwich. So this is where we need to just be a bit clever, and I think I need to put a bit of an overhang on. So that's three blue base plates then. So this is the next one. Makes a huge difference. Now I've got a choice. I either overhang it, because that is flush there, that's flush there. I either overhang, which I don't think is worth doing, or right, so that's where they have to go. Because where you saw the making space for one piece, and this is obviously getting ready for one piece, we have to go by this one because this set sticks off the wall the most, but we are off by, you really can't make it up, we're literally off by a stud. So I need to push all of those over, not that much, and then get all of these looking half decent. So where can I put you? You can kind of see what's going on. So we're going off by this one, and I want to just try and get a square edge, get a straight edge. Right, I need to move the next three because the base plate with the boat did not shift. Right, we're good. We are good and we are golden. Now, of course, I'll keep doing what I need to do as we go, but it's never the case of just throw them. I can never just throw base plates down in this room. Obviously, I will clip them together so it will stop them from sliding about. But the red wall kicks so much that I was off by 3 stud overhang on the other one. Now this one needs to be pushed back. Push that in, that goes back. That goes to there. So we're going to the front of the table on that as well. We're already running out of battery. Fantastic. What a bad start to the video. I'm going to change the battery over. And then, well, you can see what we're going to be doing. Just carrying on with this. Then we'll move the cranes. And then we will make our scuba diving section. Right, that was a quick change and we can carry on. Now, what I need to be careful of again, I'm going to spin these lights around so you can see a little bit better, is the base plates behind the Ninjago. So I think I'm going to have to move all the Ninjago up by 2 studs to be able to get the next 3 base plates in. So that's fine. So we are 1, 2. Yeah, we're starting to get tight. It's very, very strange how it all twists about. But this back wall is miles off, so you can see it steps. It steps that way. We've now got that gap in between. Nothing is simple. So once I can actually, like I said, find the line, we should be okay. Now what I'm hoping, and I think we're going to be good, is so we've done 6. So this is the 7th blue base plate to go down. And don't forget, this is all extra space from moving the Lord of the Rings eyeball. And it's basically daisy chained from there. So that is in, that's the corner. So I now need to push all of those up so the water's flat. But I've just got to be careful that this doesn't overhang too much, because I don't particularly want to break the city, because that would, I know I'm stupid, but that would be very, very stupid. So where are we off? All right. That's slightly annoying because the dock, I wonder if it's the dock, if there's a problem with the dock. Yeah, all of these got dropped. Might be okay. So once I start to tile all of these, I don't particularly want to take it back. But that is getting very, very, very annoying. Double base plated that for no reason whatsoever. So I thought it'd be clever by putting these on the base plates. They'll fall down the back, aren't they? Right. There is quite a big overhang on the back of these, and again, if you saw what I was trying to do before. Right, that's over, good. Making progress with that. That goes over. That's moved. I'm away from the loft hatch, which is great. That's over. What I do is I'll stick them all together off camera. Oh, we still haven't done it enough. Oh, that's slightly annoying. How does that work then? Because we've lost something somewhere. I thought we were level, but clearly it's the dock on the city. So I know where the issue is. Rather than just wasting even more time, I'm going to do that. Oh, we're still miles off. So this corner, oh no, here we go. That's not what you want, is it? Now I've caught it on the picture frame. Right, that's in. Which, I don't know which wall to go off. I don't know which wall is straight and which wall isn't. This is going to get very, very bodged very, very quickly. Alright, can I move this back over enough so it's now not touching the frame? I couldn't make that up if I tried. It is not touching, but that is unbelievably close. But it fits, we're in. fantastic. And then all I need to do is just fine tune all of those. But for now, that's good. Right, so the next thing I need to do before I get too carried away is get the old fishing store out from the back and probably put it easy grabbable. Then I need to move these out the way, as you can see what the problem is now, because I've got all these gaps at the back. So I've got to figure out if I need to push it that way or push them this way. They're all going to be changed to blue. The rocket isn't living here anymore. That's going to go in our new section when it gets announced. That's going to go in the new section as well, so they can just be put safe and sound. And all of this is going to be some announcements for the Bricklink Design Programme Series 8 for next year. So I'm already thinking that far ahead, because I'm sick and tired of moving everything so many times. Right. It was painful enough putting this in here. I think it's going to be just as painful getting it out. So what we are going to do is I need to get the old fishing store out from there, and then over a long period of time this area is going to have a lot of TLC, because I've got some nice plans for this, but as you can see I can't stand anywhere, I can't hold on to anything, and it's silly. So the D&D stuff will move over to that side. That'll go with it, that'll go with it. So all of this is going underneath the other table, which is great. That's going. I need this to move over. Fantastic. Now if you're wondering what the problem is it doesn't fit it doesn't fit underneath the green. So what I've got to do is I've got to carry it around like a pizza, and I really hope I've given myself enough space with that Ninjago thing there. Alright, I am full reach. My elbow is now caught on that new base plate. That's not fun, not fun, not fun, not fun. Oh dear, that was difficult, but we are out. That sucked. I do not recommend doing that ever, let alone as many times as I do that, but that's out, so that's great. So in fact, while it's there, let's just get the horrible bit out of the way first, shall we? We will now move all of these bits and pieces safely into the Kallax, so they're not going to get broken, and then they can come back out when the move happens, which is going to be good fun. They're going to stay there because they're part of it. All of this is going to go into the different section because, well, it's just not the right theme. Yeah. Alright, that can go just over that bit. Even if I just get this one, I can get this bit over here, so I know it's there, and then I can fight. I can fight with the rest of it later. So yeah, I was thinking here, it works for me. It can obviously better. Which way do we put it? Either the side or facing forward, and yeah, it's all going to be blue in front, because that is a 32 by 32. That is butted up. we are going to have a little bit of fun with some gaps. I think I'm going to need to overlap one maybe, which is not the end of the world, but I do want to get them a little bit tight. So I want to give myself as much space as I need, but then if it's silly, I bet there's just no point. Right, I'm tripping over myself with bits and pieces at the moment, so I need, I think, that other table. I think I need that other table out. I think, but I might be able to get away with the... I can move that crane. So this crane is, well, it's massive. Massive and amazing. Now this is going to get rehomed. So it's going to be a full rehoming of these construction sets. You might have noticed it is unbelievably hot in here. That is... Pull that pin out, watch this just drop. That then drops. Put the pin where it's supposed to go. There we go. Sit in. Definitely doesn't go there. Put it back. Oh, there. It gives you a spare pin as well, which is nice. Right. So that is going to go over here, and all of this is all going to get sorted out all at the same time for the next future project, which is great. So Stranger Things definitely does not live there. That at the moment I am very unsure about. I don't actually know where the Stranger Things can go and live. Right, you're just going to stay there. I don't know what you can see, but I think you can see from there as I put you on there before. So I need every single construction thing, because the bulldozer is going to go in a different display, because I'm going to have a couple of different Bricklink designer program stuff. I'm leaving space for that over a long period of time. So basically wherever the construction sets are is where a new set is going to appear, which I quite like the thought of. Now the one thing for now, you can just kind of stay where it is, but I think it's going to have to move, is the barricaded bay. Now we've got two options. Obviously I'm in the process of getting that all back together, and it does look nice, obviously. But I just don't know if I want it in pieces so it looks like it's sunk. So basically keep it as a boat, not an island, but turn the front over onto its side, or flip the back so it's split into three, because I saw that over in Singapore and I thought that did look quite smart. And if I did that, I could potentially bring it over this side to the Ninjago maybe, but I'm not 100% sure. Right, there's pics. So I have no idea how all of these figures end up how they do. Probably because I just do stupid things like that. Right, that is a battery. That is go on charge. You have just fallen off the coaster and headbutted my banana swing. Not very nice of you, was it? What did I do that for? Right. Try that again. Might be a little bit better. I don't know. If you got a headache, I do apologise. Are you still working? Sort of. There we go. Right, so if I push these sort of ish together, oh, it's so annoying. These just spin and twist out completely. That might be I'll put an extra 32 by 32 base plate underneath that just to... Or is that one for there? What's this one? Oh, it is. It's a 32. Well, that definitely doesn't need to be there. For now, we're tight for base plate, so that can just be pulled out. That's where that one's going to go. We've got this gap, which I will have to figure out. So I could just push the coaster over, but it kind of defeats the object because we have that gap here. I might put some more sand down. If I can get some more of this, I think maybe we can do a sandy bit just on there, because there's a path. There is a path around there, isn't there? So maybe, just maybe, we can get away with doing that. Right, so kind of see what I'm trying to fight with and what I'm trying to do and whatever else. So right, the harbour master, I don't know now whether to have that in a different position or not, because obviously until the other sets are here it's going to be quite difficult to do, but that works nicely. And then here I think what we'll do, just to this bit, we will have all the different bits and pieces on from there. I think that would look quite nice. And then that gives us 2 base plates of whatever we want. And then we've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with basically nothing on. So we have got a few different bits and pieces that are coming. I either push that all the way. Do I just push that all the way forward and then hide the white with something at the back? Which potentially could be a good idea. That way I don't need to waste any more base plates of stuff. Let's see actually, what does this boat look like broken? Because in the Lego store they had one bit snapped, and there's like one bit on its side, so it's like that. And they actually took the sails off this and had it tipped over. Which was I thought it was a clever idea because they had it as a wreckage. I don't know. I don't know. You couldn't see a thing of that, could you? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that looks stupid. They had it really nicely, I think, because they took all the big bits off. It's either that or I have it as an actual boat. I could just have all the boats going in a straight line, because if this was together, well, that just went there so you can see how much it hides. So I always thought the boats would hide a load of stuff, but it doesn't. So I think that looks quite nice once it's all fixed up. That looks quite nice in front of the Ninjago. And we would have the next, it's because the sails are wrapped up, aren't they? That's the thing. If we had the sails down, it would probably hide the set a little bit more. But if we push that one over to the edge, another one in the middle, potentially have another one at the back, we've then got this L shape for buildings. So we could have, because we could utilise the harbour master and have that as like a little rowing boat hire. So we could do that, because it does fit. It does fit there. We've got the little Ninjago boats as well. That can go. They step that way. The Ninjago boats can just go there. So at least now we can see the space that we've got. And I've just got to fight and continuously, I think. I'm going to have to keep moving these until I know which way we're going. So that's going to be my problem. But yeah, we've got a fair chunk of space. Because in fact, if I even move this, that base plate. Yeah, I think we should have no problem getting another boat in between those two. I don't think that'd be a problem at all. And then that means we could potentially have a building with the beach in front of it. And we go from there. So we got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's just a different layout of it. So it just depends on what would utilise this sort of beachy area a little bit better. Now I can obviously push these underneath. So I could do that. And I could do that again for this one. And then we have a sand wrapped all the way around, which I don't know if we have. I don't know what would look better. We have got 16 by 16. I might have another 16, but well, there's another one there. So we could do that, and we have got another one. We've got another one there. So do I carry on with that? Do I make this just a bigger pool so I don't push that one all the way in? Guess it kind of makes sense having more of an L shape sandy bit. What we would do with that, I'm not too sure. That could be our walkway, because I think the walkway was just going to be in a straight line. It would go in front of the boats anyway, and it would just take us into the next section. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with this. It depends on how big these sets are, because there's a lot of space here, but it will soon be eaten up. So if we have to, the sand can just be replaced by blue, but it does break it up with a little bit of colour, and it doesn't look too bad. Now this is part of this, which I need to basically tediously put back together again. I think that flag is on top of that. Oops. He says. Yeah. That's part of that. I think that's part of that as well. I'll put that there so it doesn't get lost. And it's quite nice having this boat, because you have got the marina life in. So if we had we had minifigures with bits and pieces in. Yeah, well, this is it. So it's basically we're now open for interpretation of how that's going to work, and there's plenty of space for it, and that is what, to be honest, I was kind of hoping to achieve. It's a long-winded way around it, but you can see just how nice all of that blue looks. I don't think that's going to be I can't make that as a shipwreck, so I'm going to keep it as an actual boat. I know what would look nice, the Pirates of the Caribbean boat, if that is going to be a thing, and then if I can backtrack the old Lego movie boat and have the 4 boats in front, we're laughing. If, how big is that? That takes up 2, so that's 2, so that'll be pushed forward, so that's 2. So the Pirates of the Caribbean, if it's the same size, has two base plates, no problem. But for now, it can just be left there. The gap in the middle is going to be the Ninjago markets, and yeah, that's it. We've achieved a thing. We've achieved some sort of space. Like I said, we've got all of the greens, tans, and greys to put down, and we've got another box of blue within that one. So I've got four packs. We've got enough tan for Tatooine. We have also got enough. I think we've now got enough blue, hopefully, for what I was thinking of doing around by the Disney stuff. But that happened in the next upload. So just so I wasn't trying to do both at the same time, I think my head would have absolutely exploded. So right, I've had to cut myself off because I get too excited. So I finished the video and I was thinking about bits and pieces, and I thought, actually, there is something I wanted to do, so we're going to do it, and then at least it kind of wraps up this upload okay. Now, I've actually already done it and didn't film it, so I now just want to show you actually what the plan is. So I have got a 16 by 32 just here. This is going to be sand, because obviously if I take that off, that's the gap that we've got. Now, I have been looking at this going, it will work quite well, because what I will do is obviously I'll just get another 16 by 32, and then that is going to be the path round. So that now will be perfect, rather than just having a huge bit, because this bit will be our snorkeling. So we'll have like a little snorkeling bit, little queue line probably just coming into the steps. We'll do something on it, because don't forget, in case again you're wondering, well, why are you going on about snorkeling? This is, I know this is an old set, so this is something else I wanted to clear up just in case anybody's interested. Take this off. It has all of the scuba diving equipment. So it's got all the bits and pieces that you need for fishing. It's got dynamite and all that kind of thing. Got the till, and I know you've got all the harpoon guns and everything, which can just be used as theming, obviously. And then you can put your life jackets on and everything else like that. Now the life jackets that were down there, I've confused myself. When I watched the video back, I need to actually figure out where I put them. So I had them there. I didn't think I crushed them. So I got a little bit excited, and I got a bit carried away because there was some orange life jackets on the table. So could you just let me know, because I'm going to forget to look, because I'm going to move straight on to the Lord of the Rings things next. But I've got the seagull up on the top. That's why I'm getting a little bit confused. We had the seagull, the crab. I had all of those bits and pieces to go on this, and now I'm a little bit confused. Anyway, I'm always confused. So this will now go back in the pack, because every 32 by 32 base plate is extremely important, especially with what I've got planned for the Tatooine, because now finally we can do the Tatooine display. And we've got, well, I cannot wait for our deserted island. That is going to look so good. Honestly, I'm a child when it comes to new bits and pieces. So the paths, and that's the next thing that I was thinking of, because I thought what we can do, as I said, we can basically create like a map, like a spider maze. So 6 studs all the way around the outside, as I've already said. That will just zigzag all the way through. That's easy enough, but keep remembering this is all to the theme park. Now, the roller coaster isn't going to move because it just looks great there. I know there's a pirate one, but it's just not big enough. We have got the little pirate play area on the inside, and no, I have not yet fixed the banana swing, but the little pirate thing just in there, if it wants to come out and it goes in with the other little one-piece stuff at the front, obviously it can do, but for now it looks really cute in there and it works fine. Now the path, this has its own queue line up to a certain point, and all I can do is I can just come out and then obviously come straight down. Now the nice thing is then if this, for example, was to live here, I could then come off to here and then also connect it from here and up or whatever else. Because I think what we could do with this is that we could have that as like a little canoeing area. So you like when you get in it and you just paddle around, a bit like on the original Roller Coaster Tycoon. They didn't go around a track; they just basically went around in a big square, got squirted on by a couple of different bits and pieces, and they just came back. So I just need a couple of canoes with some oars, and we can just have one base plate. So this base plate at the front could just have all of those on, or even half. We could just have half a base plate of space just at the front, just here, with a couple of canoes around, and they can just go launching around. So at least that way we've got a canoe thing, a roller coaster ride, and a snorkeling thing with the fish. The old fish, it's not the old fishing store, it's the floating fishing restaurant, or the floating restaurant is our food, obviously. And then we've got the other entertainment stuff with the characters from One Piece, and of course then we just got to walk past all the boats with the backdrop of Ninjago City, which again would work very, very good as a theme park perspective. So that's how we're gonna sort of branch off the path. So I think it's just going to be a straight line from here. We might go in front of the boats, so they can get some photos of the front and back of them if need be. But I know what I'm going to do with that, but like I said, I'm not 100% sure it's going to go. So I'll just hold fire on the path to it, but I will create the path from this to here and do all of this sort of sooner rather than later. So it kind of just kicks me on, because I keep going on about, oh, we're going to connect this up and connect that up, and well, it just takes so long. But you think of the colour. That's the thing. White might look quite nice against the blue. I could potentially have the water. I don't know whether to use the surrounding of water tiles with the white in the middle of the path, just to be different. So it looks like you got water, you know, you've got like a clear water going through. So I might do that slightly differently, because I've got the 1x4s. So I could go double deep on those, so it'd still be 6 stud wide. And it's just the one colour on the inside instead. So maybe, I think that might look quite nice as a path all the way around it. It's just something slightly different. But that's it. I'm done, I'm finished, I've been waffling, and well, there's so much to do. So if you could, again, one more time, like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let me know your thoughts on this. Is it a good use of space? Can you now visualize this area all coming together? And fingers crossed, what this looks like is what will get the rest of the room look like. So again, as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll catch you next one.